right, it's episode 2 of the Water Tower Podcast. With me, as always, Wes Davis, Nathan DeLeo, and of course, I'm Landry Harrison. Joining us today is Coach Kendrick Johnson, head coach of your Mexia Lady Cats. A lot of stuff to get into for episode 2. Recapping the Fairfield games from last Tuesday night, getting into this week. We had to reschedule the T game, so we're going to be looking into that. Lady Cats and Black Cats host Buffalo on Tuesday night, and then the Black Cats will host Grosbeck on Friday night. Before we get started, just a big appreciation to everyone that tuned in to episode 1. We greatly appreciate all that took the time to watch episode 1. We want to get this thing going and in the right direction. We got a lot of things planned in the future, more guests, more types of episodes, getting into more sports news, as well as something big that happened yesterday, or last night, should I say, later on this episode. So a lot of things to cover. So getting right into it. Tuesday night, Lady Cats and number 5 Fairfield Lady Eagles. Lady Cats did fall 52-32. The Eagles, your leading scorers was Wisner with 15, Richardson with 6, Fitch with 3, Hall, Miller, Abram, and Stevenson both with 2. Before we get our thoughts on Joe, let's just jump in with Coach Johnson right now. So Coach Johnson, welcome in.
Thanks for having me. Fellas.
So, we know that was a big game going into district. It kind of clears up the playoff picture after that. What were your thoughts of that game Tuesday night?
Man, first of all, shout out to the Lady Eagles. They came, they showed up ready to play right off the tip. Thought the game was a little wild, chaotic at times for us. Like I told the girls, I think the score at one point was like 3-2, maybe 6-2, and I looked at the scoreboard, but it felt like we was down like 20-2. Just where we started with our turnovers. Like I mentioned one time talking to you guys, just our consistency, just staying consistent throughout the game. Thought they did a good job turning us over with the press. Which I felt like we've been really, really good against the press at times this year. More so consistent with it than not. But just that night, we wasn't very consistent at all handling the press, and they was able to create some turnover, be able to get some easy baskets in transition, things like that. And another thing, shout out to I think Brackens, her last name Brackens. She showed up, came out firing all cylinders off the rip, kind of set the tone for them as well. Kind of dictated how the game was going to go from that jump.
All right, so you talk about consistency, just looking at the box score. Obviously Fairfield started off fast. It was 19-8 after 1. Get the second quarter, 13-3 in that second quarter. Played them dead even in the third, and even played ahead of them in the fourth quarter. You look at that second half, I think y'all played a lot better than you did that first half.
Yeah, so one of the messages was going into the halftime, we know we dug ourselves in a hole, and Fairfield, they're a team that's capable of, once you put yourself in a hole, they're capable of making you pay for that even more. So one of the halftime speeches that I gave was, to the girls, of just being a fighter, going out second half, not giving up, competing, to the last second, just giving yourself a chance no matter what. I think we did a good job second half coming out responding, not giving up. Like I said, we went to war the second half. That first half, it was just a tale of two halves. We wasn't ourselves, didn't take care of the basketball, couldn't get anything going, transition, being able to get stops and things like that. But like I say, I think going into the second half, challenging them just to be a fighter, competing, finishing to the end, I thought we did a good job of doing that.
Wes and DeLeo, what do y'all have on Tuesday's game?
Like Ken said, to me, I think the biggest thing in that first half was the turnovers. They had a lot of, I would say, uncharacteristic turnovers. Like, of course, you're going to have some in the game, but I feel like the press really kind of rushed what we were trying to do, and we didn't really do a good job of just finding those open passes to really beat the press. And like you said, y'all went over the box score. I think that makes all the difference in the world. That first half, it really messed up the pace that I think we were trying to come out and play with and really get our game established.
Yeah, I think the main thing for me was just the first half, especially the first quarter. I think we were more worried about the name on the jersey than the actual team on the floor, if that makes sense. The first time we played them, we were down some girls, and we really went at them in Fairfield. And we talked about it in the last show. I really thought we would come out and get after them, and it was total opposite to me. Like we just didn't show up. The stat sheet shows it. Second half we played a lot better, but you let a team like Fairfield get out on you like that, and it's over. Like you're just not going to come back. The Brackens girl wasn't missing. Like Coach Johnson said, the full court press. They were relentless the whole game. Uncharacteristic turnovers. You're going to have some, but we had a lot more than a some. So I think that's the biggest thing, and moving forward, getting that stuff fixed and playing your game and not worried about who it is across from you that you're playing. I think it's the biggest thing for me.
Right, and I mean, we talked about it last week at the Little Dribblers game, how you want the team to be more consistent all 4 quarters of the game, and here we are, like I said, a game of 2 halves, and we come out on the short end of the stick. It was a slow start. It made all the difference in the world. Like you said, second half we came out, looked better, and hopefully that second half is something we can kind of build towards, and with the playoff race coming up, hopefully it all comes together how you were talking about.
So, just looking at the season up to this point, from day one to where y'all are now, what are things that you've seen that y'all have improved a lot on?
I would say we improved a lot on our passing, being able to move the ball. Like I said, I felt like we got better against the press this year. We handled that well. We've handled our zone offense, being able to attack, penetrate gaps, get the ball down low. All in all, just about a week, I think we done got better every week. And the main thing, like I tell the girls, it's more so of us versus us when we take the floor. We know our capabilities are through the roof. We know our ceiling is high. And when we play to our maximum potential that we're capable of playing to, I believe it shows. We're able to get out of transition. We're able to create turnovers. We're able to get stops, things like that. And like I say, it's just being consistent more, just playing together, trusting one another, believing one another, and just trying to stay together, stay focused as a team.
So, you got 2 district games remaining for the playoffs begin. You got TIG Monday night. Then you get your regular season finale against Buffalo. What are things you're looking for in those games that you want to see going into the playoffs?
Again, shooting consistently. I would like to see us shoot the ball more consistently. And then, like I say, just consistent play through 4 quarters. Not having one of those quarters where we're explosive and we're scoring 14 to 20, and then coming in on another quarter we're scoring 3 to 5. We're just looking to be more explosive, stay consistent, shooting the basketball. One of the things I'm preaching right now is our main goal was to be district champions. Fell short of that, but now it's to finish the district with double-digit wins. That's always tough to do. So one of our goals now is to go finish the district with 10 wins, which we're capable of. I think we have a chance to do that. So that's one of the things we're more so focused on right now as we get ready to go into this playoff push.
So previously, when y'all played TIG, y'all got the win on January 7th, 46-29. I thought from start to finish was a really good game by the Lady Cats. Y'all, pressured TIG, like I think we talked about in episode 1. Like something y'all do really well is put pressure on teams. I mean, from start to finish, y'all want to speed the game up, make passes tough on the other teams, make them turn over. I think that was very evident the last time y'all played TIG. So,
I got a quick question for you. like you talked about, everybody's goal is to come out there and win the district championship. After the loss on Tuesday, the district picture is it's pretty much set. What's really been the message after the game and leading into the playoff run of, just kind of reminding, like, yeah, we didn't achieve this goal, but we still have everything in front of us to play for, to have the kind of season we want to have.
Just knowing that they're deserving and capable. I feel like we kind of doubt ourselves at times and kind of doubt our abilities of what we're capable of doing on the basketball floor and not trusting in our skill set and our athleticism. So one of the main things, that I'm preaching to them, game in, game out, practice in, practice out, is just believing in yourself, trusting in your ability, trusting the practice and things we're doing within the practice setting, implementing that into your game, just taking that to a whole nother level. And I think once it shows at times, but I believe like once we hit it full stature and everybody believes in themselves and know what they're capable of doing and trusting in themselves and their abilities to make plays and be a really good basketball player, I think that could take us to another level as a basketball team in general.
So, this week, obviously, after 2 games, are we looking at a playoff warm-up game, or are you taking those days off going into the playoffs? So what does that look like?
So I'm reaching out to a few teams trying to get a warm-up game. If not, we're going to put our focus on Little River Academy. That's a really, really good basketball program over there that's taking shape. They're doing a great job. That's going to be a really good opponent for us as well. So we want to stay afloat, try to keep things on routine and find a practice game. But if not, we're just going to use that time to implement some things, focus on some stuff that we can get better at through gameplay and hit a hard run on that playoff matchup with Peters.
Yeah. Wes, you got anything?
My main thing is just, like it's the confidence thing. We always talk about when a lesser team plays a higher opponent and you let them stick around and you give them that chance to get confident and all that. That's the same with the team that is good too, but lacks that confidence in themselves. When you play a team that Fairfield, they're really good. They're not a 20-point better than us, I don't think. And we kind of lacked that confidence Tuesday night. Had we came out and played hard from the jump and just been like, hey, we're about to give it everything we got and we'll see what happens at the end, there might be a different game Tuesday or Friday night. Or Tuesday, it was Tuesday night. It's throwing me off with the not playing Friday night. But I think it goes like y'all's biggest thing is confidence, man. Those girls, when they realize how good they can be, the sky's the limit for them. Y'all have a state caliber team. Y'all have the athletes. Y'all shoot the 3 ball well enough. Free throws aren't talked about enough. Y'all have come around at the free throw line and they're starting to make free throws again. Because at one point, my God, I would rather not get fouled. Just don't call it. But if they can put that in their mind that, hey, we can go out here and beat anybody that we're playing, we're just as good. Y'all can make a run at this thing. Yeah. I really believe that. It's not something y'all can coach. Y'all can preach it every day, but you can't coach it. They have to know that. They have to know that, hey, we're just as good as everybody in the state. Let's go out and play like it. That's my opinion of it.
Yeah, I agree. It's the consistency. We just got to stay consistent throughout.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can find that, like I say, find that trust, that belief in one another, and just stay consistent through 4 quarters.
Yeah,
for sure. I think we're capable of doing a lot. Again, like I say, you look at our box scores. I mean, we just scored 70 points in a game, and you don't see that often. You got to have some kind of ability, to get up and down the floor,
for sure,
finishing things like that. So, yeah, we can find that consistency through 4 quarters, man. I think we can be a tough out as well.
I'm with you on that, brother.
And just looking at that playoff picture, like, you're good enough to make that run. So, obviously, you'll get Little River Academy to start off in the Bi District. Looking ahead of that, winner of right now, McGregor and Maypro. Obviously, things can change this week. And then Diboll, Muna, Cold Spring, and Van Vleck on the bottom side of it. So, obviously, your toughest test is going to be that first round matchup. But, looking ahead of that, I wouldn't say easier. I mean, nothing's easy. Nothing's given in the playoffs. Right. But definitely eases up a little bit. But definitely you'll have a team that can make that run. Excited to see where y'all go. And that's it. Blair, you got anything else?
Yeah, no, like you said, that first round is tough. You know, I think it's crucial that we come out prepared and, like you said, just we're consistent but we believe that we can come out here and do this. I mean, Academy, they've already beat Fairfield this year, haven't
Yeah,
they?
beat 'em once.
And they finished pretty deep last year, didn't they? What, regional finals, regional semifinals? You know, it's a tall task right off the bat, but I just think we got to have that confidence coming out of like, hey, like Wes said, don't worry about the name on the jersey. Don't worry about any of that. Worry about ourselves. Worry about what we're trying to do, and just go out there and do it. And I think if we can come out there and do it, we'll come out victorious. I've seen this team do great things, and it's all about the confidence and staying consistent.
Sure thing. So, again, Lady Cats have 2 more regular season games this week. Monday night against Tig, and then Tuesday night against Buffalo. That's also senior night, so make sure you're out there supporting our seniors as they play in the dungeon for one final time. Next up are Black Cats, number 6 in the state, defeated Fairfield Tuesday night, 70-53. Collins and Ferris both had 21. Hicks with 11, Bedford with 6, and Davis with 4. So, good win in the dungeon Tuesday night. They keep things rolling, stay unbeaten in district. Yeah, I'll let y'all get y'all's thoughts on that game.
We came out coasting in the first quarter, and then we flipped a switch, like we do most of the times against teams like that. We, let them hang around the first quarter. Second quarter, you look up. I think within the span of 2 minutes, we were up 15.
Oh yeah,
it was quick.
That second quarter, they came out guns blazing. It got ugly quick, but it kind of, after that second quarter, it kind of teetered off a little bit. But they still stayed consistent enough to pull out the win. But it to me, it was one of those games where I feel like the score doesn't really show how big of a gap it was. I think Fairfield really kind of made their push late in the game, and we kind of got a little content just taking shots that, really isn't our style of play. But I think overall it was a great game. It's the same thing with the girls. You just want to stay consistent, and I think that's going to be big, finishing out the district race and then heading into playoffs for them.
Yeah, that team is freaking explosive. You look at this first quarter score 17-15, second quarter score 25-9. It just shows what they're capable of. Like when they really lock in, play defense, get on the run, able to get stops, finish a possession with rebounds. Man, they are really, really tough to deal with. Probably one of the most exciting teams when it comes to being out, getting able to run, being in the open court, sharing the basketball. Like they're capable of doing, a lot of great things. But it just, like I say, it just starts with staying consistent, not taking teams lightly. Like you say, like Wes said, they've shown to come out and be in cruise control at times. Instead of coming out, ball goes in the air, we putting our foot on their throats. But that boys team, man, they got a chance. Like that's a special group. They stay together, man. Continue to play the way they'll play, defend the way they defend, and getting out, running the way they run, and they can play basketball for a while.
It's like someone's got to piss them off.
Yeah,
yes, yes.
They're so cool. Like all of them, they're just so cool. They're cool dudes, and it's like someone's got to just piss them off for them to take off on somebody. Like unless it's like the big games we talked about, they show up for Westwood. Like when they come out and warm ups, there's no smiling, there's no hi he. Yeah, they're slapping hands. Hey, we're taking warm up serious. You come out Friday night and mind you, Fairfield could win a couple games in that upper bracket in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like Fairfield isn't. They have some athletes. They have a couple kids that can shoot it, but it's like someone's got to piss them off for them to play basketball how they can, and it just go ahead and get it over with early. Yep. And then that way in the second half we could see some of them dunks that we right. that we get to see every now and then.
Right.
We can coast in the fourth quarter. Not But at the same time, it make it an exciting first half. Nobody wants a blowout like that. So
Right.
I guess that's why I wasn't so mad at Elkhart, because it was kind of like, all right, I drove over here for something. And then the second half, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like somebody's got to piss them off really bad for them to get going.
They love being the villain. Like, I think they even went back to football season. We talked about, like, our kids love being the villain.
And I love us being the
Right.
villain.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sportsmanship and all that is cool. I like the trash talking.
Yeah.
I love it. It's exciting to me. Hey, there's a limit you can reach with it, but I like that we toe that line of unsportsmanlike conduct, but keeping it. But nobody bullies us.
No.
Like, we're the bully, but it's just somebody's got to piss us off to do it. We don't just come out and bully someone from the jump.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, to me, the perfect example of that is I feel like Fairfield's size and length was really giving us troubles to start the game off. They were getting several points in the paint.
Yeah.
And just an example of, they got to get pissed off. I know there was, for a fact, people in the crowd, coaches, everybody saying, hey, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all are just letting them do this. And it kind of flipped that switch of like, all right, I got to start getting rough down here. And that's really what led to that second quarter explosion to me. They only scored 9 points in that second quarter. And I think limiting them getting the ball into the paint and being able to use that height advantage, I think that was crucial to that burst right there.
Yeah.
And like you said, there was plenty of people getting on them, and they finally realized, hey, got to come back. I got to battle. I can't go out like this.
Yeah, I'm with y'all though. I feel like when it's a hostile environment, crowd, I feel like they show up to play. Like don't let the stands be packed. Don't let it be a team that has a guy that can go, or that has the name behind him and stuff like that. And I just feel like it kind of dates back from little dribbler days.
Right.
Like when they get ready to play the Navasotas and games like that at the national tournament and things
Sour
like that. That was
Lakes,
like, man, like if you see the crowd then at a young age, like.
You brought up little dribblers.
Like it triggered.
When we lost to Hardin Jefferson in 9 and 10, we waited 2 years to see them again. And when we played them in Fairfield in the national tournament, our boys remembered that 9 and 10. Like, we're talking kids here.
Yeah.
But them boys, and most all those are on varsity now, either in Mahia or somewhere. They remembered that 2 year gap was like. It was just think about it now. I didn't think about it then, but thinking about it now, how we came out, we blew them dudes out.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even close. That's the mindset, I guess, that these kids in my head have. Like you said, when it's that game, all right, we're locked in from the jump.
Yeah, time to
So
go.
yeah, that's crazy. I just thought about that with when you brought up little dribblers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so talk about being consistent. I think boys could do a better job of being consistent, but there's no doubt in my mind, like, when it's time, they're going to show up.
Oh yeah, they have shown
they've
that.
consistently shown that.
Yes.
Like, I even think back to years ago when I had played Yates in that regional semifinal in
Yeah.
Huntsville. Like, I think it was a 3-4 point game at half, Yates, and then you hear their
Third
crowd
quarter, yeah.
Yeah.
You hear the crowd say, "All right, let's wait the second half."
But and honestly, if Ike's not hurt, we have that extra guard. Now, I'm not saying we win that game, but man, it would have been closer than that. But it was really just that third quarter, and they didn't bench anybody. They played 15 kids. Like they had they're the third guy, the third string guard went to Texas. So I mean, it didn't like they didn't have dudes, but we just were lacking that one more point guard that was an athlete that could get the ball around. Because once you broke them tall guys' press, that we got the advantage. Then it was just good luck breaking that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you look at it, really good teams that kind of coast that first half, and they get in the second.
hey, you go
half,
look at Silsby.
changes.
Go look at Silsby. We'll bring up Silsby. We're talking playoffs and teams that we played that have been really good. Go look at Silsby scores versus 4As or in their district. I don't think there's anybody within 20, 25.
No.
Everybody, don't matter who. I mean, they're doing that to 5As too.
Yeah, that's a program.
But that's just what we're saying is just coming out and bullying someone from the jump. You know, going into the playoffs, we need to have that mindset, and I think they will.
Yeah,
sure,
for sure.
Which, I mean, you brought up a good point. Like, you know, they remember stuff from little dribblers.
Yeah.
Like, a 2-year gap. We said it last week. They're to remember what happened last year.
They're ready for Palmer. Like, if that's where we're getting at right now.
Yeah.
They're ready for Palmer. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, that might be affecting them a little bit too. Like, we know we're the best team in the district now. Like, we're gonna play Tig this week. They're down a couple guys. We're gonna get Buffalo, who's down they're probably their best 2 or 3, and that was we were gonna blow them out anyway. No offense to Buffalo. Grows back. I think they're gonna be down some, depending on the UIL decision. Then we get to Rockdale. I mean, Rockdale will probably have a few athletes, but we should beat them. I could see that being a game where we kind of come out and like this Fairfield. I could see a Fairfield score type game against Rockdale. But I'm telling you, man, anybody that shows up when we play Palmer, you're going to see it. You're going to see the Westwood type kids.
Oh yeah, that one's personal. That one's, and I mean it's easy for us to go ahead and start talking about that because we're just sitting in the bleachers.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where a lot of people are looking forward to, but it's important that these boys stay the course, keep their head down, take care of business. Let's go win this district championship. Playoffs start. Take it week by week.
Then you get 2 really good warm-up games.
Right.
Warm-up games set up. You get next Monday, the 10th. They get Central Heights, which has historically been a really good basketball program. They get them playing them in Palestine, and then on the 14th, they get undefeated. I think they're 30-0 right now. Liberty Allo up in Tenhall. So you get 2 really good opponents going into playoffs that you come coasting to those games may not end well.
The Central Heights game, I'm not too much like. Okay, we're playing them. That's cool. I'm gonna go watch the Lady Cats. That one.
No.
I'm ready to see that Alu game. We're gonna see how good they are, and we're gonna see how good we are, because we're gonna play some athletes that are just like us.
I mean, they're gonna play the same style that we do.
Yeah.
They're gonna press.
Former head coach coaching over there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get there too. Like that's a program that's looking for respect. Like I think they're like 30-0, really, right? And I don't even know.
They're not even top 10.
I don't even think they're ranked top 10.
Yeah,
16th, and they entered the top 25 2 weeks ago.
I would say, and they just got ranked, a couple weeks ago. So that's a team that's gonna come out hungry and things like that. So it's gonna be a great test for them.
For sure.
So, moving into this week again, Black Cats, Lady Cats, both on the road Monday night against Tig, before they come back home Tuesday night against Buffalo. Again, that's the Lady Cats regular season finale, and then the Black Cats regular season finale will be on Friday against Grosbeck, which they beat the Goats 75-59 on January 14th. So, what are y'all's thoughts going into this week as far as the boys? We've already touched on the girls. What do you want to see from the boys this week?
I'd say dominance.
Agreed.
No feeling out, no going through the motions, no you take this shot, you got this shot. Not like just going out straight dominating from the jump. Just not letting teams hang around. I believe we're at the point now of the season where we shouldn't let no teams hang around for a quarter, for a half, none of that. We got to go out, dominate from the jump. That's what I'm looking for those guys this week, finishing out the district. Just going out, dominating, not making anything close, not making anybody feel like they have a chance, giving anybody confidence throughout a game. just going out straight dominating.
I want them to be in playoff mode from here on out. That's what I want.
Yep.
I want every game. I want to see them come out with that. We're about to kick some ass. Look, and just dominate everybody, like Johnson said. I'm 30-point win, 40-point win, score 100. Like, let's get tuned up, guys.
Yeah.
Like, and we got the 6 by our name. Touching back to the Christmas break, we took the number 2 team, who was a state finalist, to the wire. Should have beat them. So we beat Westwood twice. They're a top-ranked team, and they have a state championship contender team over there. So we know what we got. I want to see it every game from here on out, starting tomorrow night. And we got the team to do it. We got the coaches that they've been into programs that's had those type of teams. I want to see the kids, like we talked about Johnson and the confidence in his girls, and they have to have that. I want to see our boys have that every game from here on out. Have that dog in them to go out, and we're going to be up 30 at halftime, and we're setting starters mid fourth quarter, early fourth quarter. That's what I want to see. I think.
Leo?
Yeah, I mean, it just goes back to what I said about we really need to lock in and like Wes said, be in playoff mode because, I don't really see it happening, but this is the point of the season where these teams would love to come out here and spoil a game for you, spoil the district race for you, kind of maybe might even be a heartbreaker going into the playoffs. That's something you don't want to lose to a Groesbeck or a Buffalo right before you're getting ready to gear up to hopefully try to make a deep run in the playoffs. So I just think it's crucial for them to just lock in and just take care of business in these games. Just come out, like you said, establish the dominance. We're the big dogs. We're gonna show it. Take care of business. Let's just get out of here. On to the next one.
Most definitely. So, again, big week, Black Cat Hoops, Lady Cat Hoops. This week, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get into some more of our spring sports that get into action this week, as well as some, big NBA news that everyone's heard about. So, this is episode 2 of the Water Tower Podcast. All right, we're back with episode 2 of the Water Tower Podcast. Covered all things Mexia Hoops and what they have going on this week, but there's a lot more going on in Mexia Athletics this week. Starting on Monday night, we know our high school basketball is in action, but as well as our girls junior high and boys basketball. Girls will be in TIG, boys will be at home. Boys soccer, their game was moved from Friday to Monday as well. It is also now in Mexia on tomorrow night, or I should say Monday night. Moving into Tuesday again, girls and boys basketball at home against Buffalo. Girls and boys soccer is at Waco Meyer. Baseball, you can check out the Black Cats for the first time this season as they host Kearns in their first scrimmage of the year. Wednesday night, JV boys soccer is at home against Waco Meyer. Friday, softball has their first scrimmage at Centerville. Then girls, varsity, and JV, as well as boys soccer, is at La Vega. Then JV red basketball is at home against Grandview. JV black is at home against Groesbeck, as well as varsity boys basketball against Groesbeck. Saturday, the 3rd annual Black Cat Powerlifting Invitational is at the junior high, starting at 9 a.m.
Shout out to you, Landry, for getting that orchestrated. Congrats, brother.
Appreciate it. Junior high boys basketball has their district tournament on Saturday. I believe that's now in Fairfield, if I'm not mistaken. And then baseball has their second scrimmage at Waxahachie Life. So lots of stuff going on this week in Mexia Athletics. Again, we're going to continue, getting into some more soccer, baseball, softball as those seasons get rolling. So make sure you're tuning in each week and get your updates on that stuff. So,
And one thing, make sure to keep checking the Facebook page. Looking to start doing player interviews, previews. We got Coach Johnson in here with us this week. Maybe more interviews with the other coaches. Just make sure y'all stay tuned in on Facebook. Check us out, and hopefully we'll get that rolling here pretty soon. Have a lot more midweek content to put out there for y'all.
lots of stuff planned as we move forward.
especially with soccer. And shout out to those guys and girls. I know TJ and them are, they're not doing the best that they have in the past right now. I expect them to get that fixed and rolling. TJ's been a hell of a coach here in Mexia in that soccer program for a while. Winter's down there helping him now. A lot of soccer background knowledge. Baseball, man, I'm excited about baseball. I think baseball's got a chance to be good. I know we got a couple kids with injuries that we're kind of looking at right now, but Blake's getting that thing. I think Blake's doing a good job, and goes back to hiring hometown guys, man. You're letting hometown guys get a chance, and I think he's doing a really good job and moving forward. I'm excited about the baseball. Softball, got some work to do, ladies. We got to get that fixed, but I have faith that y'all can handle that and get that taken care of.
Yeah, so, baseball obviously took a huge step last year, making playoffs. Came up short against a really good Troy team.
Yeah.
Expecting to take another step this year. Look at them. Franklin moves out of the district. That Franklin's won the district, I think, 4 years in a row.
Them dudes could play baseball, man. Like it was out like watching them and watching us, man. It was just like we have some good baseball players. A couple kids go play college ball. We got a couple kids with offers now, I believe. But man, those dudes there, it was just so smooth and easy. Like it was so watching them take in and out pregame. I could watch it all day, and it was little minimal effort. Those guys, everything was routine. The plays that weren't routine were routine for them.
Right. They've got a great program over there, but you go back and look at the last 2 years with Franklin in our district. There's 2 games in there that Mexia really battled with them. They were 2-3 run games. Like you said, they're leaving the district. I think that leaves this baseball district wide open.
Yeah.
I think Mexia, Fairfield, Groesbeck have a real, it's probably going to come out of those 3 to really go out there and take control of the district, get that district title, and we're in the mix. Don't doubt this group of kids. The baseball team this year, it's going to be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, they lost quite a bit. I think they had 7 seniors from last year.
Yeah, really good senior group.
But
we brought back some key guys. Yeah.
It's be huge.
A couple of them JV guys, they've been putting in work, making strides to get better. There'll be a couple of them on varsity this year, looking to make an impact. But if we can cut down on errors, silly errors, like you're gonna make some errors, but you can cut down on a few of those and limit those innings where they give up 3 or 4 runs, and we got a chance, man. We got a chance to be pretty good,
right?
Especially in this district. I think just we got to watch out for him. We know Aiden Cargill. He's to be the guy on the mound this year.
Yeah,
right.
I think he can make an immediate impact.
Oh yeah,
this year.
He's gonna have to really. That's a lot of pressure to put on a sophomore, but if he comes in and he does what it's looking like he can do, that's going to be big time, because from last year's team, they lost a lot of arms that can go on the mound. You're talking Murphy, Swift, Majors. Those are 3 dudes that, you lose kids like that, it can really change how the picture looks next year. But, having Cargill come in, I think to me, that's the X factor of the season is pitching. And having him moving up, he's another year older. I've talked to Coach Lewis a couple days ago. He said he's looking really good. I think it's leading to where he can really come in and really take over this pitching staff for the Black Cats.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be him and Dro. Dro's gonna have to really step up this year and be consistent on the mound and at the plate and all that, and be the leader of that team. Him and Anthony Schaff, they're going to have to really lead them dudes. But they got a chance to be really good. I think they can win some games and get into that. You get into district, rolling and playing good baseball. And baseball is one of those sports that's weird, man. You get hot at the right time. You don't got to be the best team. You ain't got to be the second or third. But you get hot at the right time, man, and you're playing good baseball. Who knows what can happen.
Again, our baseball district's the same as our basketball district. You got Buffalo, Elkhart, Groesbeck, Teague, Westwood, Fairfield. We know Fairfield, Groesbeck will be 2 tough opponents in district play. But you also look at Buffalo and Westwood. 2 teams that pushed us last year.
Yeah.
I mean, those teams, you don't show up.
Yeah.
You know, they beat you. I mean, and it's also baseball. Just like you said, it's one of those weird things.
It is.
That,
It's
for whatever reason, weird stuff happens.
Yeah, I think, just like the Dodgers last year, they finally won one, yeah. But they've had the best roster in baseball for how many years now?
It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, and they've only won one out of all the one or two. I think they won the COVID year as well.
They won the 60-game season COVID year, but
I mean,
it's the first real one.
Right, it's one of those like you can be rolling, and all of a sudden 2 or 3 year hitters find a slump,
Right.
and a pitcher or two. The bullpen's not as good as it was. The closer is having issues, and then a mid-level team just comes up and they're stroking it. Pitching staff's healthy and baseball, man, it's just, I mean, it's fun to watch. I know some people can't get into it because it's slow. I love baseball. I can't sit at home and watch a whole game unless it's playoffs, but I could go to a game every day. But it's just one of those that 9 times out of 10, the best team roster wise doesn't win. And it doesn't even make it to the semifinal of it. So, look out for them Black Cats, Lady Cats. Like I said, I think we went 0 for last year. We gotta be better. The good news is we can't be any worse.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no worse than 0 wins. You can't get negative wins.
Yep.
So let's get that rolling, ladies. Put in some work and let's get some dubs this year.
Yep. So Black Cat's first actual game will actually be in the Palestine tournament. Obviously, we don't know what time we're playing yet. That's still a few weeks away. You get your first real home game within the Black Cat Classic tournament. Always a good, fun tournament to come to. It's right here, Black Cat Field. So that's on February 27th to March 1st. So
expect bad weather. Expect bad weather that week. It's always, man. Always rains. It gets cold. Like
Always.
Just we can't never have like it is today. It's a beautiful day. It's in the upper 70s. Nice breeze. We just can't never get that for the Black Cat Classic, man. I don't know I don't know if that's an omen or what, man. But
It's every year. So if that tournament does end up happening, make sure you come out and support.
Yeah.
Watch the other teams playing. Like Landry said, there's going to be some good teams there, and there is a lot that goes into putting that tournament on. And I'm talking from experience because when I was there, it flooded the whole field the night before we were supposed to start playing.
My senior year did that too.
And me and Coach Lewis and Coach Spradlin and Ricky, we're out there turning the dirt over by hand, trying to get this thing ready.
I've been there.
Yes.
My year with Coach Simpson doing this, like it did the same thing.
Yes.
Out there racing. Turn over that
Yes,
field.
there's a lot of work into putting that tournament on because of the weather. So make sure you go out and support.
I think Wes can start. The baseball field needs turf thing.
At least the infield for sure, man. Like, I mean, we talked about the new basketball gym. I'm against that. I like the advantage we have there. But, we've done so much to the football field. I think it's time to add a little razzle dazzle to the baseball and softball field. You ain't gotta do too much, but you put a little turf there on the infield, and I think that'll be sufficient. Yeah. Get the green monster back. Bring the green monster back too, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That was iconic in my head. Like, bring the green monster back.
I agree.
Again, a lot of stuff going on. We're getting into the thick of our spring semester, so that means all our spring sports are getting in the full swing of things.